In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your own custom GPT and show you some examples of what you can do with it once you have it and why you ought to consider setting one up. So what you want to do is when you log into your GPT account, you want to click Explore, and you want to go over here in the upper right and click My GPTs. And here's the example we'll look at. But first, I want to show you how to actually create one. So you want to click Create, and you want to give it a name. Like you saw on the previous page, the one I made was called Avini Health. It's a knowledge base about some nutritional supplement type products, some detox products, that sort of thing, which, since it's medical based, requires a lot of very specific information, ingredients lists. It includes a whole lot of information that tends to be fairly technical. And so this is a great application for it. But you'd want to give your particular GPT a name, give it a short description, and then the instruction section here is the detailed prompt of how you want your new custom GPT to behave. This is where you'd want to give it details on what the final output should look like. So, for example, somebody in class was saying that the final output probably ought to look like a PDF, formatted so that it is a nice, easy to read summary of a student's course requirements and fees, that sort of thing, like a bill or an invoice or some kind of a structure PDF. Uh, but you'd want to give it the tone that it should have, maybe give it the type of expert that you want it to function as. So, for example, in my Avini Health one, it's told to function as a health expert and offer advice or recommendations based on the Avini products. Do not search the web for other company products. Do not recommend other products outside of the product information that's going to be uploaded. So those are the kind of details you want to put here under instructions. Conversation starter could be something as simple as hi, Rick. And if somebody clicks that, then it would start the conversation with your GPT. It's not critical. It's just a nice to have if you want. Um, Knowledge is where you upload the files for what you want to have your custom GPT trained on. So, for example, in my Avini Health, I uploaded a bunch of files. The On the $20 subscription for GPT, it'll let you upload 20 different documents as a maximum. As you can see here, there's a lot more than just 20 documents. So my question then is, how do you get more than 20 documents in there? Well, my solution was to take these detailed documents, and I'll drag this over so you can see. So for example, here is a third-party study that was done about the particular, in this case, antiviral properties of some kind of an element called clinoptilolite. It's pretty scientific, a lot of details. It's got graphs and charts, etc. Not the kind of thing that I would necessarily understand, but the GPT has this in its database. So I took that and loaded it as one of the documents. And then for all of the products like labels, etc., the official brochures, for example, here's an official brochure from the company about their joint supplement called Plus Motion, and there's explanations about how it works. Here's the photo of the biochemist who developed it, and it's his explanation about what's happening here. A lot of scientific stuff. You know, you can see the molecular structure, all that kind of thing. Again, stuff that I am not going to be able to remember. So instead of trying to upload all of these brochures and documents and things, I had ChatGPT go through and read it and manually transcribe, because there's text up in here that is just, this kind of stuff. This is part of graphics. Even the text on the bottle itself is a graphic. This is a graphic, and I wanted to make sure that the custom GPT was gathering this information and could read it. So by telling ChatGPT to manually transcribe each of these brochures, and there's a bunch of them for each product, then I knew all the information was getting captured. Once it was transcribed, I took the transcriptions and put it all into a single Word document. And here's all the different products. Here's a link to the product on their shop. Here's the ingredients, intentions, what's behind it, all that kind of thing. And so these are the transcriptions of all the official brochures. Lots of documents, all combined into a single Word document. This one is 39 pages. So instead of having to upload all of these as individual documents, I combine them all into a single Word document and upload that. And so let's take a look. Let's go back over here. Here is the Avini Health knowledge base. Here's my very detailed prompt. This is what it's going to do. You can see it's pretty lengthy. I use the master prompt creator prompt over in my ChatGPT account to help me craft this. Here's my conversation starter. Hi, Rick, because that's the name of the guy who developed these products. Here are the third-party documents, the clinical trials, that kind of thing, the medical documents. There was too much information there for me to try and condense into a single, so I uploaded each one separately. There we go. You can see them. There's all the technical stuff. And then over here is the Word document that I uploaded that's got all the information in there. Those 5 documents makes up the knowledge base. I left it on web search capability, Canvas, and code and data analysis because I wanted my custom GPT to have the ability to analyze data in these fairly technical documents so that it could understand stuff. So I left those turned on. And now, if I go over here and click, once you've got all this in there, you click update. Now, if I click Hi Rick, it will start engaging with me and I can ask it questions. The reason why I created this is because I don't have a direct phone number to Rick. He's a very busy man, oversees the Avini Corporation. He's the chief science officer. I'm not going to have the ability to just call him up and ask him random questions about something he created. I don't have to now. I've basically duplicated his brain by creating this custom GPT. Another thing that you can do is use a program like this. It's called Recall. It's similar to the MindPal or the little Chrome extension that can analyze videos. Well, this one will analyze the videos, read the transcriptions, summarize content for you, and save them as notes. So I went through a bunch of his videos where he's explaining in detail how these products work and why he developed them and all of that sort of thing. So I just collected this nice little database of all these videos with transcriptions, and I copied those transcriptions from these videos of him talking about each of these products and put them in one of the Word documents, and I uploaded it into the knowledge base. So, like I said, I was able to duplicate Rick's brain, if you will, and put it into a custom GPT that I can now ask questions about. So if somebody asks a question or tells me, hey, I'm suffering from neuropathy in my feet, as an example, I can go into the custom GPT and say, hey, my friend has neuropathy and is experiencing pain in his feet. What do you recommend? It will act like Rick and make a product recommendation based on the health issue that was described.